Okay, and here I'm back to my lab. So let's continue. Let's open it. Let's continue do measurements. So next step, before we will start adjusting it, I'd like to see if everything is fine. Just to not, or just the same way as it was before. Let's see. Okay, so this output, the generator to the input. Let's see how it performs now with recording. Okay, let's record couple tapes. Start from the normal tape. Switch into the normal, no Dolby. Let's set levels first. So, okay, it's too much. Let's do -20. So it should be -25, remember. A little bit more like that. So, come on. This potentiometer needs to be assembled. Come on, come on, come on. Oh, a little bit more. Come on. Okay, we get it. So currently I will start from 300 Hertz, -20 decibel. Let's see levels and let's see bias, how it records, to make sure that we will keep it after upgrade. The deck still has couple Nichikon Muse capacitors in the sound pass, but most of them are like blue capacitors, if you see my previous video, like in the older decks. So that's definitely age not so good as Nichikon Muse, but we will replace all of them. Okay, what I need to start, record. Let's see. Oops. Oh, levels off. See yourself. It's kinda 3 decibel off. Let's correct this. I don't like it. Let's have it even. Oh, this is good. This one. 2 decibel off. Let's make it nice. Okay. Done. So source tape. Source tape. If there is a change, it's not meaningful. Let's make it. Okay, source tape, no change now. Source tape, 300 Hz recording tape. Let's go up and see frequency response. 400, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Like half decibel higher. 2000. Wow. 3, 4, 5. We're still in phase, recording nice, but it's dropped 2 decibels on 5 on one channel. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. On 10 it's 1, 2, 3, 4 decibels on one channel drop. Left channel, wow, 5 decibel. Definitely, let's try adjust bias. Okay, here we go. Here, come on, come on, come on. Nice. Okay. Come on, come on, come on. Nice. So, 10 kilohertz, 0 drop. I like it. Go up. And here is the phase. So you may see, recording phase is nice. We may adjust just a little bit to see if it will help. Outside. Oh, it was the best. You know that in Nakamichi it clicks every tune, like every couple of degrees it clicks. So this is the best phase we can get. So let's see in the XY. It's proper angle. So let's see if we can adjust it. I don't think, because it's when we click next step, it gets worse. One click you see is bigger, back. One click other side is again bigger. So this is the best face. What's this deck? And 10 kilohertz levels are in place, I like it. Let me see if we can adjust level a little bit here. So it won't be jumping so much. Next, 11, keep, 12, keep, 13, keep, 14, keep, 15. Everything is placed. Nice. It's type 1. 17. Wow. 18. Still in phase. Half decibel more is needed. 19. Still there. 20. Yahoo! We recorded 20 on type 1 on this deck. See, it's still in phase. 20 kilohertz. Still nice. And phase stability is nice. So probably I will talk to the owner if he will just clean up pinch rollers and not replace. We'll see. Good. 20 kilohertz, tune it properly, records fine, no problem, no issues. Again this noise. Probably we need to oil everything. You can hear yourself. From time to time there is noise coming from the tape transport. Now it's gone. But it was like unpleasant noise. Like it was on me. What I don't like, even if we have minus 20 decibel here and everything in phase, our indicator doesn't show minus 20 on 20 kilohertz. Let's see when it will show. Let's go to 15. 15. It still doesn't show anything. Let's go to 10. Okay, it started to show on 10 kilohertz, but our levels are unchanged, as you may see. So yeah, going through. So 1 kilohertz, and let's go to 300 hertz. So here is the level, 300 hertz. Let's go down, 200, 100, keeps well, 90, 80, a little bit drop, 70, 60, 50, 40, 30, 20, let's go, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, wow, 10 gears. So from 11 gears, you see, it goes up very well and without issues keeping the level. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1000 gears. Half decibel. 2000, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10,000. You see, we're still in phase. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Drop on 22 kilohertz on type 1. Good job, Nakamichi. Okay, now I will try different tape type. Let's try metal. TDK-MA. And let's see what we have there. Let's go to 300 and start from 300 there. Switching type 4. Record. Oops, levels are off. Let me tune it up quickly. Oh, you hear this noise coming? Sounds like motor noise. So I would need to check when I will disassemble. Okay, let's keep level here and other channel here. Switch in source, tape, source, tape, source, tape. Okay, I believe it's fine for the levels. Let's do up. So let me show you 400, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 1000. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. A little bit higher from the bias. Let me adjust it a little bit. Okay, one channel and other channel. Okay, now check it. Source, tape, 10 kilohertz, records pretty fine. In phase, no problems. Let me see. Okay, you see it's in phase. XY for this tape. So 50, 50. Okay, so this is the phase for this metal tape. Looks nice. You hear this noise? Oh, it's come from motor. It needs to be oiled. It's a motor. I just feel a vibration with my finger. Okay, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. In phase, but results a little bit worse than on type 1. Let's tune it up. Oh, come on. Come on, people buy. It needs to be oiled. Let's tune on 15. Okay. That was I do with Nakamichi and Sony decks. I always tune on 15, and Akai you need to tune on 10. Okay, let's go from 10. 10. 11, 12, 13, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Fine, I'm happy. 21, 22. 22 drop, 21, 20, 19, 18, 16, almost there. So very good results. No drop. Go. Good. Okay. That's probably where I will stop because I don't like how motors sound. We need to clean up, reassemble and oil this motor to make it play nice. Next I will be pulling out tape transport, disassemble, clean it up, replace belts, disassemble and oil motor. This motor needs service. I don't like the sound. Okay, now you will be able to see everything. I would highly encourage you to turn off the power and pull out the plug when you're going to disassemble everything else or anything else. So, next part. Tape transport is fixed. One screw on top, two on bottom, but from my practice, it's still pretty hard to pull it out because it will be sitting in this frame here. There is not enough room to pull it up. So usually I'm unscrew front panel, remove it, and then go from there. Also, this front panel is made from aluminum, so it's kind of consists of two parts. So I would remove aluminum just to not scratch it while I will be working on the tape transfer to pulling it up. So just to make sure it will be intact. So let me organize my screws. Here's my screw organizer. So let's move this stuff from here. So this is the screws from the top cover. They will go here. The next set of screws from the top panel, front panel actually, aluminum one, which you would not like to harm in any way. It's a nice looking deck and it will be playing and recording nice. I'm pretty sure I will disconnect cables. So next, pull them on the back side and unscrew 3 more black screws to remove this panel. Now gently, very gently, we have to pull it out. I'll keep you here. Here we go, like that. Clean, nice, and no harm. Next, tape transfer. I would disconnect it first. So this is the sound cables. They go from the playback amplifier, which is connected now to the tape transfer here. So it sits right here. And still 2 capacitors we will be replacing. Yeah. And here is we have another 3 connectors. Oh, sits pretty well. And a screwdriver to help it. Okay, 1. And these 2 small one. And this one, medium one. Okay, so we have tape transfer disconnected. Next we will unscrew and pull it out. I will show you what I mean, that it's not possible to pull it out if you just unscrew it. So next part, remove this cover. And screws goes into the 3rd bay. Here 2 more. This one of the best decks I've listened for all the years. Even multiple guys saying, oh, it sounds like pretty digital or high frequency keen in it. I would disagree, because when capacitors are replaced, it has a very, very good response, and it was on pair on my best Sony K5. The only difference was between 100 and 200 Hz in the response. But I have a couple ideas which I will try on this deck to make sure we will fix this issue easier. So you see just 3 screws holding the tape transfer. 2 on the bottom, it's already flexible, you see, and 1 on the top. So different screwdriver for the top screw. Okay. Done. You see now it can be pulled, but we have another cable goes to the phone jack, and this one may be a problem. Let me see. You can pull it. No. Oh, we did it. Woohoo. And remember, one more screw here was a ground wire. And still requires small screwdriver. fine. And head connectors. And we got heads and rise heads. 2 more. Done. Now we don't need this part for now. We'll work with this later. Let's make sure that tape transport will be oiled just first. And that's where I will bring you closer a little bit. Let's see how I may do that. So you could see better. Okay, I hope you could see it better now. That's where the magic begins. Let me remember. So first thing first, disconnect heads. Okay, and remove playback amplifier. So like that. And playback amplifier, we will be replacing these 2 blue capacitors. That's the only capacitors which are on the sound pass. They are right before the coils and then like connectors to the main board. And we will replace those with Nichikon Muse. So it's 10 microfarad, 25 volts. My idea was to try 22 microfarad to make it same like in Sony K5. In this case, we highly probably may achieve the frequency response like in Sony K5, which I love. Just it was the best one, but we'll see. This would be experiment to try. Let me pull it here. Next part, we need to free up our motor. So for that we will need to do a couple things. First of all, unscrew this bottom plate. Next, remove this zip wire. It is possible to do it without removing, but it's a really painful process. I tried once, I didn't like it. It's easy to remove and install new zip wire. Okay, now when we free up the top plate, we will unscrew it. It sits on 1, 2 screws and 1 here. I believe all 3 would need to be removed. As I remember, yeah, all 3 from here needs to be removed to pull up this plate. So let's do this right now. One, 2, 3. 3. And 2 here. Wow, belts was working, but it looks very large. It's stretched. 130. Wow. The worst I've seen 135, and this was not working already. This still works. We will install 125, and it will be the proper for this deck. I know that in service manual it says 116, but it would be too tight. You see, it will be like such size, and it will be too tight, and you will get a large valve and flutter. So I did for myself 125, and works perfectly well. And I will do here 125 because this belt is 130, and on my deck it's 132. On my deck it was 135, and it was slipping already. It was not rolling capstans. Sorry, I need my tools. So this is the belt we removed. Next we can get access to the motor, and that's what we will be doing. We will be disassembling motor, so we need to unsolder it. So I would need to switch to my workplace with the solder station to be able to continue work with this motor. So green one on the right side and 2 orange on the left side. Okay, let's desolder it. Need a little bit more temperature. Didn't get it fully yet. Let's wait a little bit more. Okay, we complete the soldering. Now it's possible to easily unscrew the motor and start working on the motor itself. It's 3 screws from the motor. Let's put it aside. So next we need to remove pulley. Let's see how high it sits. To make sure we will install it exactly like that. So I'm sorry, I need my magnifier glass. So it sits on 3.5 millimeters. That's what we will be doing when we will be installing it back. Now I need my hot air gun. I will be heating pulley. So remove it swiftly. If we will not hit the pulley, we will highly probably break the motor. That's what I like to avoid. So now we will hit the pulley. I'm rotating to make it hit from multiple sides, so all together to not bring any harm. Okay, now we will remove it easily. You see how easy it was? And put into the metal part to reduce temperature. So next step is to open these 2 sides just to make possibility. Oops. Come on. Okay, well. To pop up the cover, same as here. The next thing I will do pop up the cover like that. You see? So board, we don't touch the board, we just put the pliers here and pop it up like that, this direction. Because cover is thick, we cannot harm it. Next step will be remove this part. When we will be installing, we need to make sure that our cuts here should be properly set, so we would have access to resistor, the potentiometer. Next step, we need the soldering iron. Actually, I believe we already can pop motor in here. Now we need to desolder this board to open motor and have possibility oil both bearings in it. Please hear how loud it is. Now I will be unsoldering pins which comes from the motor. Okay, one is done. And the second one. Done. Good. Gently remove the boards. And here is the isolation. We will put it back. Next part is open this cover. Here is a hole which we will be using to pop it up. Here's another one. Done. Now we need to push here on the shaft to gently pull everything together, because there is magnets, and if you will not do that, it will suck it up like that, you see, and we don't need to soak it there. Done. Here we go. So we just disassembled. Good. Next, there is a hole to gently push the contacts into the side and remove the rotor. So here is the contacts itself. Looks nice, I don't see any deterioration. I will just use the oxidizer to gently deoxidize them. Like that. Let's see, rotor. Rotor is in a good shape. I would just clean it up with the oxidizer. That's it. I would not be polishing it. It's not need to. Okay, I need to remove this spacer to be able to do that. Look nice. Next part, I will use this non-drying lubricant. I need to put the spacer back here. And we'll use this lubricant to fill in bearings. Somehow like that. Okay, now when we have lubricated the bearing, we may assemble this part back in the reverse order. Open contacts and install it and close contacts like that. You see? So contacts are worked properly. I hope you can see it in details. Next part, add oil to the second bearing. Here. Like that. And we will use the shaft to oil it on the O-rings. Now we will be installing it back. It's Let me see situation. Is it? So I will put my fingers here to not let it pop up too quickly. Okay, you see, we install it gently, and here we aligning our holes here and here. Next, we would need to clip it back. Gently from one side, then from other side. Do not apply large force. It assembles very easily and it goes to position. So you would feel it when it's installed in position. So here we have it running. And now it's almost done. Everything is smooth and nice. Now we need to clean the shaft from the oil to install the pulley. Oh, we need to assemble everything, then we'll install pulley. Let's make sure that motor works. I will attach 5 volts here from my power supply. So just to check it, 1.7 volts, it's already rolls smoothly. 3 volts, nice job. So we completed this first part. Now we need to assemble it in reverse order. Put the insulation, get board back, oops, this side. Get contacts back into position to be able to solder. Okay. Now I will use solder wire to solder it in place. To make it smooth, I will use my flux. Okay, let me check my work. I don't like the left one. Okay, now it's good. Now it's time to assemble it in the reverse order. Center it up. Make sure it gets properly into position and will not move. Install this insulation with proper position for the screwdriver and potentiometer here. And last piece install that hole properly, so we would have access to our potentiometer. And the last part is click it to position. Okay, done. Now it's quiet and smooth. Now I will clean up the shaft with isopropyl to make sure our pulley would not slip on it, because we just oiled it. Okay. Let it dry a little bit. And the pulley. We will measure the heat over again to make sure it will sit into its position. So it's 4.5, 1 millimeter lower. It's 4. .8, a little bit more. Still 3.8. Okay, 3.5. Complete. Nice. Motor is assembled. Next part, I will clean it up here from the necessary tools. We will install motor back in place. So it was sitting like that. We would not tie it now, we will tie when we install all 3 screws, just to make sure it will be centered in position. Okay. Now it should be quiet, motor. Next. These capstans have spacers from the top side, so that's where I will open this to gently pull up the spacers from the capstans. So the spacers, they are make sure that oil will not get into tape pass, and when you remove it, do it gently, because there is a spring which sits with this another spacer. Don't lost it, please. Okay, so we will install it back on the shaft to make sure we will not lost it. Next, we need to clean up the shaft, so I will use isopropyl. I hope you still can see it. Let me see what you see. Let me pull it a little bit to the side. Next, I will use this oil to oil capstan and make sure it will roll smoothly. I will use drop here in the middle and we'll put it back. Now it rolls smoothly like a new, and I will install the spacer back just to make sure that oil would not get into the tape pass. Now same procedure with the second capstan. Pull it for the half, then pull it back to remove the spacer to not lose it. Then gently pull it from its position, and here we have the spacer left, I believe, yes, on this side. Here it goes. We will install it back here. Come on, be good. Make sure it will be in place. Now we will clean up the shaft. Okay. Put a little bit oil here in the middle and put it back into position. Oh, it starts to roll much smoother than it was before. It should not be screaming anymore. And I will install the spacer back. Come on. It's not so easy. It's pretty tight spacer. Okay, let's get into position. So now we have both spacers installed. Capstans are in place. Just for the case, clean up them a little bit more if there are any drop of oil managed there. And the second one. Okay, done. Take a look how dirty this slab now, and we just cleaned capstan shafts. That's it. Next part, I will open this cover to replace a belt on the supply reel. which adjusts the tension. This belt needs to be replaced. It sits right here. Let me see. I believe this one is good. It was replaced. I just feel it. It's a little bit on relaxer, but it's still good. After all these years, unbelievable. I believe this deck was serviced. This just can't be like this belt is in very good shape. It's have enough tension. I'm afraid my belts are not of so good quality as this one. This is a very nice belt. I would not replace it. Sorry. I did replace in mine because it was like relaxed and didn't work. But this I would not. Okay, this head, use it more than my head. Mine is in better shape, but it's still pretty good. No any issues. Okay, next part is assemble motor and belt. To start work on pinch rollers. So you see how smoothly it rolls now. Okay, let me find the necessary belts here. Yeah, it's 125. So we will install the proper belt. Here. Interesting. In this deck they put spacer which I'm trying to pull back, which was sitting on one side here. So probably it was required to adjust for this deck. Okay. Now let's assemble it in place. Belt goes smoothly. Okay, now it's in position. Both capstans work together. Everything is tight and smooth. Let's fix these last 3 screws. Now when everything in place, we need to assemble motor wire. Remember, green on the right and 2 orange on the left. I love this flux. It's much easier to work now. Okay, done. Assembled. So next part was pinch rollers, and this is a little bit tricky. Still would need to remove this cover because there is two springs which we would need to remove to be able to replace pinch rollers. Okay, now I can open and remove the pump, and now I can relax, remove the cover. The spring and cover. There's one more part for this which needs to be removed. done. Removing the spring. Now I believe we can remove the door. Yeah. Now we have access to replace pinch rollers. Remove spring from here. Okay. Remove this C-shape spacer. Okay. And remove this card here. I don't like to remove head block. Yeah, I remember I did it without removing the head block. No, it's not possible. There's not enough room. So we will need to unscrew carefully and remove head block. I'm trying to find the proper screw to not harm, because this is brass screws and they can harm pretty quickly. This one works the best. Okay, 1, 2, good. Screws are intact. We just get 2 screws and 2 spacers out there. And spacers are of a different diameter. Interesting. And here's 2 springs. So now we can remove pinch roller and replace it. Now we need to gently remove shaft to not harm the lever. Usually it goes easier than that. Here we go. It's pretty tight. Now we can install new pinch roller. So let's take up side. This will be the bigger one. Like that. We need to oil the shaft to make sure it will roll properly. It's a brass bearing. Now we install on the back. Done. Rolls smoothly. Install spring back. Install it right here. And attach spring. You can do it different way. You can attach spring and then install lever. Like that. It will be quicker. It's a nice spring. It's a good lot. Okay, now it sits in place and pulls pretty well. We will install C-shape back here. Done. So this part ready. Other part would not be so easy. To make it simpler, I will use my tools because we will need to unscrew the adjustment screw. That's where I like to be as close to the proper position as possible. Okay, 21 0.7 millimeter. Let's measure one more time. $20.99. And one more time. $21.10. So it should be like 21 millimeter. Then we will adjust properly. Now we can unscrew this. So I removed this part, removing lever and disconnecting spring, and here is the spacer which should sit here on the spring, which pushing the lever up. Now we will be replacing this guy. Remove the spring. Done. This was easier. And here we will be installing a different fish roller. Which is exceptionally nice series. I've got. I pretty much like it. Little bit of oil inside. Make sure it will not go outside. So oil is bad for the rubber. Okay, done. Rolls smoothly, no issues. Now we will be assembling this back. So I will install the spring like that. Okay. And install it here. Done. Now push it back to its position. Okay. Okay, it works properly. Now we will install this adjustment screw. Should go over a bit. So this is holder pinch holders. Okay, now it's in position. Good. Now see, everything works here smoothly. We can install heads back in its position. Okay. Next part, springs, smaller one, bigger one, and spacers. I need to check where to install spacers. Give me a moment. So open service manual. Going to Nakamichi. Okay, here's the headlock. Adjustments. Here we go. Yeah, spacers goes on the spring. Here, you see? It's springs and spacers and heads, then assembly. Considering there is a spring, it may be a little bit tricky to assemble. I believe I need another tent to make it nice. Okay, this is the one. This is the other. It would be easier if we can tie the springs and then install and then release the springs. Okay, it goes like that. Now the second one. This assembly is much trickier than on the older Nakamichi decks. We can just remove and install all assembly with the heads easily. Okay, let me tie it up. Everything is in place. Okay, works. Let's check tape pass. Come on. If it's a little bit low, let me check the heat first. No, it looks to be fine. 2104. It was 2111. Like we almost there. Just a little bit of adjustment should work. A little bit up. Like that. Now it goes free. No problems. Let's pull it up. Still goes free, so good. So tape will work fine. No any issues here. And everything is fine on the other side. Good. Let's see the heads. It goes properly. No issues either. Good. So we've done with the pinch rollers replacement, as you see yourself. Everything works fine and smooth. It's a little bit tricky. And what I will do now, I will seal this position on the adjustment screw, just to make sure it will not go away. So now we can assemble this cover back. This goes here. On the bottom there is two thin spaces where it should fit, and two screws on the bottom, on the top. one screw and another. Done. Now we will install the cover. Good. Sit there with the spring. It goes like that. Fixing it here and here. And fixing the screws. One and another. Done. It should work now. Oh, I forget attach the lift. I was too quick. These pieces are tricky. Easy to install but very hard to remove because this sits. Done. Now we will attach the lift. And it will start to work smoothly. Like that. So we have new pinch rollers installed, header in place. What I also like to do, I like to use mirror cassette to check how everything sits there and how heads will go to the tape. I like to remove it, rewind it, back to the clear space. And now I will check the tape pass. Fine, no changes. It's sitting exactly as it was before. Let me show you closer. See yourself? Heads are attached smoothly and tape goes on the lower side of the heads. Good. Now we will be assembling this part back to the deck and tune up azimuth tape pass position, everything, because we have new pinch rollers, we did touch head assembly, and it should work like that. Let me put it in the different position, and like I will cut it off here to have it almost 2 hours video and start the next one.